boys and girls, welcome back to Midgame Life Crisis! I'm Werewolf.
I'm Inconsistency.
We're back with episode, what is this, 11?
Yeah, I think it is. It is episode 11, which is kind of crazy to think about. Yeah, episode 11, bro, what the fuck?
What the hell? 11 months. Episode 11? Well, actually, that makes sense. Episode 11 of the insignificant podcast of Midgame Life Crisis.
The monthly insignificant podcast. I have to correct you. So guys, listen, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and you as well. It's been a very, very busy month in the gaming world.
Personally, it's been a rough month for both of us.
Oh yes, but in the gaming world, it's been a very, very successful and very good month that shows a lot of games that are coming out soon. Next year, that is, in the latest gaming awards show of 2024. Hosted by Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Jeff Keighley.
Yeah. This guy basically started this thing about a decade ago, and it started very modest, but it started to grow, especially with the decline of E3 and other shows like that. And he keeps it going, and he keeps making it a production bigger and bigger, and bringing celebrities like Harrison Ford and stuff like that.
He also listens to criticism.
He
improves from time to time.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because his shows sometimes are a bit too, what would you call it?
I don't know, directed?
A bit too...
Flashy?
No, what's the word? A bit too artificial, a bit too seems like like a
corpo pandering.
Yes, like there's too much. This year it was an issue as well. There's too many mobile games that they keep fucking advertising, which I hate. It feels there's a lot of it that feels like the Oscars or something like that. Like you feel the fake, the people smiling when they don't really want to smile. Yeah, it's something fake about it, but it's not as big of a problem in this fucking award like in those other awards. It's not as self-important, and people are not as up their own asses as in those other people. Let's just say that they are. I mean, you have people like Kojima and stuff like that, who is like, people consider him like a living legend. Pretty sure Jeff Keighley has like fucking like a statue of him. Yeah, a poster of him over his bedroom. I'm not kidding. The guy loves him. But my point is, it's a fun show. If you enjoy gaming, a lot of stuff, a lot of live performances with orchestras and stuff like that. I like that stuff. And it tries to give respect to a lot of the developers. Not always successfully. Last year they were criticized heavily for doing the shut the fuck up and get the fuck off
music,
the stage music way too early, and people couldn't talk.
It was like borderline the stick, that hook stick that you get when they pull people off stage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so they did learn from that this time around, and they gave the developers much more time to talk, which is important. At the end of the day, this is about them, about the people who created the games. That's the whole thing.
I just want to shout out to our friend Steitz that I could hear him getting pissed off when you were degrading mobile games like they're nothing.
I mean, I'm pretty anti-mobile games, I'm not gonna lie. But I know
it has a huge crowd, bro. Huge crowd.
I mean, that is most of the money coming from gaming these worlds.
I'm not getting into the economy. I'm just saying, like, people playing games. People like to play on the phone.
For sure. I have no problem with people playing on the phone. But if you only play on the phone and you do not consume gaming in any other form, console or PC, it's hard for me to call you a gamer, my friend. I'm sorry.
I'm with you. And my wife plays on the phone only. She only plays games, and she doesn't call herself a gamer.
Yeah, she obviously is not a gamer. It's the games that you play on phone are so fundamentally different in their design and what they're meant to do. It's just, you can't call it gaming, sorry. Now, yes, you can play a lot of games these days. By the way, with the technology advancement of phones these days, you can start playing a lot heavier games, actual games that you can play on PC and consoles. You can play them on your phone. Right? They literally make mobile versions of Call of Duty and of Assassin's Creed, and sure, you can play those games on your phone.
Bro, when I had to spend weeks next to my mom's hospital bed, like years ago, I had Heroes of Might and Magic 3 installed on the iPad. I played like it.
That's different.
Start to finish.
That's different. On iPad also, that's different. I'm talking specifically on phones, not on iPads. iPads can run much higher games, basically. It's a stronger processor usually.
The whole point is that the control scheme is the same.
Yes, of course. My issue is if it is the only way to consume gaming media, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, it's hard for me to call you a gamer. That's all I'm going to say, because games like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and stuff like that, these games were not meant to be consumed in your fucking tiny phone. You need to be sitting in front of a big ass screen and either with a fucking headphone or a good sound system and be immersed in the game and play it, not while you're taking a shit. That's not gaming. I'm sorry. It's not. It's just not.
Bro, people play a shit ton of games on Switch, on what do you call this, the Steam Deck, on trains, on the sofa, in bed.
That's not
like serious games.
That's fine.
Not huge. No, because he said huge fucking screen, and he said impressive sound system. All of these things.
Yes, but people who play the games in that form, how do you think they know those games?
They're gamers.
Yes, because they play those games, and when they have the opportunity, they play those games on a proper console or a proper desktop, bro, or a laptop. It doesn't matter. That's not my point. My point is those games were not meant to be consumed. Not all of them, by the way. A game like Heroes of Might and Magic can easily be played for many, many hours on an iPad or on a Steam pad, whatever pad.
Yeah.
Sure, but a game like fucking Tomb Raider or an immersive game, Kingdom Come Deliverance, you can really play that on your fucking phone, really, or even
your iPad will melt.
I mean, it's just not only will it melt, and you'll have to make so many concessions on the graphical aspects for the game to even run. So the game will look like shit and not like how it was originally designed to be run. I don't know, man. In my mind, it's just, it doesn't work. I get what you're saying. I don't mind if someone plays games and continues playing a game that he plays on his desktop, and then he moves to bed with his wife and they continue playing the game together or separately on their Steam. That's fine. That's called being a gamer. Sure. But if that is literally the only fucking way you play games, I don't know. For me, it's hard for me to consider you're a true gamer. Anyways, let's move on. It's not even a subject we want to fucking talk about. Don't know how we got here, bro. Let's talk about the Game Awards. A few interesting subjects that happened there. To be honest, from the announcements of the games, there wasn't anything crazy, in my opinion.
No, but still, this is one of the good Game Awards.
The Game Award itself, the production and the Game Awards itself was very, very good. The winners and the announcements, everything was done very well.
Also some interesting games were
That's what I'm saying. The actual games that were announced, for me personally, there were not that many games that I'm interested in, that piqued my interest, I'll be honest. There's The Witcher 4, obviously. That's the big winner. That's the biggest one that everyone is anticipating. Borderlands 4, I mean, how excited are you for Borderlands 4, really? Realistically. The third one was a pretty shitty game. The movie didn't help.
Oh, you're gonna mention that shit show.
And Randy Pitchford is an absolute tool.
Yeah.
Watching him talk always makes me cringe physically. So I don't know how excited I am for Borderlands 4, bro. Even though the game director of Borderlands 4 did say that there is no way you're going to find jokes like in Borderlands 3, or he basically renounced the extremely childish / toilet humor, he calls it. That's how he called it. That's how he said it. Toilet humor. He said, no, not under my watch. That shit ain't happening.
But humor was always a part of it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The childish toilet humor was always a part of the franchise, but it was more subtle in the first two games. In the third one, it became obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I think that's what hopefully that's what he's referring to.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I'm not very excited for that game, but it's still one of the notable announcements, for sure, because it is a very successful franchise overall. Slay the Spire 2 from the indie world, personally, I love it.
I enjoyed the first.
Yeah? Same?
Yeah, I enjoyed the first. There's not much to say. It's a card battler. I like card battlers.
Yeah, okay.
It was a good game. It had the usual mechanic of you get the enemy tells you what he's going to do, and there's a mechanic of shielding up or attacking, and there's some sort of way that you can anticipate the routine of some of these bosses, at least, or whatever. It's deck centric.
Did you watch the trailer for that for Slay the Spire 2? Did you see it?
No.
They went for a different vibe. It has almost like an arcade-ish point of view to it, like from the side. There's a name for it, for that perspective.
From the side, 2D?
I can't remember the fucking
Platformer? What?
Platformer. Yeah, almost like but it's not a platformer.
So there's no jumping around.
No, it's not jumping around. It's more like, it reminds me a little bit of like the combat mechanics of fucking
and the Fate?
dungeon.
Okay. You're talking about Darkest Dungeon.
How the combat is there from the side. What do you call that perspective from the side?
2D. I don't know.
Whatever. Fuck it. Anyways, yeah.
It's side scrolling.
it looks interesting. It's not just the art style looks a bit more upgraded because the art style of the first game, in my opinion, is terrible. I hate how this game is one of those games that I fucking hate how they look and still enjoy the gameplay. This game, it seems like they actually put some budget into do the art style and improve the graphics. So I do appreciate that. And the last thing I want to mention, we didn't talk about Witcher 4. We should talk about The Witcher 4. So did you see the trailer?
No.
It's not a gameplay trailer, even though
it's CGI.
Completely. Yeah, it's not CGI, it's in-game. It's being captured by an unannounced NVIDIA graphics cards, by the way. What line of graphic card is coming out in January?
Could it be the 50 series? No.
Nah, bro, no way. It's not like CD Projekt Red and NVIDIA are in bed together for a very long time since basically Cyberpunk has been NVIDIA's experiment grounds for...
NVIDIA is funding quite a bit of games now.
And by the way, it sounds like criticism, but I actually like this. The cooperation between CD Projekt Red and NVIDIA they're like this. They're like really, really tight. They do all their experimentation.
He was holding his fingers entwined.
They did all their ray tracing experimentations and path tracing. Cyberpunk was the first game ever that had path tracing in it.
Yeah.
So they basically use the game as a platform for experimentation, which shows a very good relationship between.
So we're all guinea pigs.
No, I'm just saying it's a good thing. Gives me hope for the performance and optimization of Witcher 4 and of the next Cyberpunk, hopefully. And even though
we're not going to touch about the fact that it's Cirilla that's going to be the Witcher and that she's not a Witcher.
Yes, we got to that. The one last technical thing I want to mention is the fact that they moved from their own in-house engine, which I really like. And they use Cyberpunk to do all of that.
Oh, they are?
They moved to Unreal 5, man. So Witcher...
So they chose Unreal 5?
Yes.
Out of all the engines?
Yes, both Witcher 4, which we saw the in-game rendering of the cutscene, was basically on Unreal 5, and the game will be on Unreal 5, and the next Cyberpunk will be on Unreal 5 as well. They basically abandoned their own engine. I can't remember the name of Red Engine, I think.
Yeah.
And this is a shame because it's an interesting engine. It did amazing stuff in Cyberpunk. It's like Cyberpunk to this day is one of the most visually stunning games ever. And I don't know. I'm not sure I agree with this decision because they also don't have
Unreal.
I don't know because Unreal, everyone is going to Unreal 5. Everyone. And Unreal 5 has so many stuttering issues.
That's what I'm saying. Unreal 5 is not an amazing engine.
It is an amazing engine. Don't get me wrong. There is a reason everyone is using it. It is an amazing engine. But there is some issues, core issues in it that for some reason are not being addressed. I don't know why the reason is. It has some of those issues. It had it in the previous version. Unreal 4 had the same issues. To this day, some games that use Unreal 4 are fucking stutterfest. And the most modern, most powerful computers there are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We need a programmer. We need someone like Grouper to join us and talk about this. So let's talk about Cirilla. I need you to talk about it. Cirilla, being the main character in Witcher 4.
Choosing her as a main character is a choice. I mean, she's interesting and people like her. I don't know, a lot of people like to play Geralt because he bones everything that he meets.
Yes.
I'm not sure how's that's gonna work for people who's playing Cirilla.
Yeah.
You did play her for minutes on end for scenes in Witcher 3.
Yeah, you do play her for a bit there, but she's extremely overpowered in those moments.
Exactly. So first of all, she has innate abilities.
Yes.
That are super powered, and she's just so different from Geralt.
Yes.
He hates portals. She is a portal.
I saw the Skill Up. He has a podcast and they interviewed the actual developers of Witcher 4 and they talked about that. Exactly what you just mentioned. They talked about the game design and how they designed controlling Ciri completely different from, it will feel completely different from how you control
it should.
Geralt. Now let me just say that the controls of the Witcher, all three Witchers, is probably the weakest aspect of the game. The actual controls.
Are you kidding? I haven't finished Witcher 2.
Yeah.
And the thing that broke me was the controls.
Yeah, the control and the combat is very...
it broke me.
Yes. The third one is much, much better, but still has
That's
issues.
why I finished it.
Yes, but it still has issues. You still feel clumsy.
Yeah.
He moves very slow and clumsy, and everything has a slight delay to it. It's annoying. Hard to explain it. It's a feel thing. By the way, none of those issues I've noticed in Cyberpunk. So even though it's a different perspective, it's a first-person game, right? But
And lots of ranged combat, and Witcher is melee.
yes, of course. But you still have melee.
You have, but it's different.
Yes, I'm saying it's different, but I do think they improved their animation game like a lot. So in this game, from what they said in the podcast, in The Witcher 4, Ciri is much lighter on her feet, much more agile, much faster.
She teleports.
I don't think she's going to be able to teleport anymore. So they also addressed that. They said that they'll mention that something happened between the Witcher 3 and this game.
Oh, it looks like it's been decades.
Yeah, obviously they can't have you start that fucking overpowered. So they're gonna have something will happen to her that will make you remove most of your abilities, so you need to build up again.
They're saying she's a Witcher. That means that she went through the Witcher thing.
Yes, she did all the things.
It's crazy.
She did all the Witcher. They'll probably show that.
The thing that you become a mutant that most people die from.
I hope that's playable. I hope that part is playable, because that's pretty cool. That sounds like pretty cool, or at least seen in a cutscene or something. So yeah, what you mentioned before sounds like something stupid and small, right? It's not Geralt who fucks everything he sees. It's not a small thing.
No, it's not a small thing.
Like the sex in the Witcher series is a big part of the games. It's a big part of the
it's
world.
Not just that. It's the whole vibe of Geralt is his character does a lot of the heavy lifting in his games.
Yes, of course.
Like he's detached. He's always grumpy and tired, and like plays. He's like a mutant, but he always plays like an old man. You know, he's like the classical old man hero in movies as well. Like he's like grumpy, and it bothers him. Like he will help you. You ask for his help, and he will help you. But he's gonna complain, and he's gonna do it.
He'll help you if you pay him.
That's with the monsters, but he helps. Come on, he's a good guy inside, but he's rough.
Yes, he's a very cynical,
exactly,
stoic. What would you call it?
Brooding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though he's not that. I mean, he talks a lot. Geralt talks a lot. He's a yapper. Geralt is a yapper.
He's not a yapper.
He is a yapper. He is a yapper. He talks so much in the Witcher 3.
But that's the thing, because it's a game, and you need to feel like you're a part of this game. But if you look at the character and the way it's portrayed.
Did you read the books?
No.
So I didn't either. I don't know how he's portrayed in the books. Maybe he's
sure. We could be talking out of our asses.
Yes, I imagine in the books he might be not yapping as much, because you can do a lot of the internal monologue that's how a lot of the.
That's the vibe I'm getting. That he's more of the brooding, and
I mean that's what you get from the show. The Witcher show, the first season, which was the only good season. The second season was decent.
I enjoyed the second.
After that, it goes off the hill. It's not even part of it at some point. They changed him.
Like exactly why he left.
Yes, because he hated the creative decisions. They were not respecting the source material.
Yeah.
But the first season still had decent parts to it. The combat was good, and he did a great job as Geralt.
Did you see that part where Henry Cavill? There was like a YouTube short where he was interviewed somewhere where the call about Superman, when they called him to tell him that he accepted the part, and he missed the call because he was busy in a raid in WoW.
Oh yeah, I seen that. That guy is a certified geek, bro.
And the guy was telling him, so you missed the call because you were playing a video game, and Henry Cavill, without even flinching, he's like, I had my priorities straight.
Oh yeah, bro. Cavill is one of us, bro. Which is crazy to think about. The dude is like he's built like a fucking Trojan god, and a fucking. The dude looks like how the fuck does he have time to play any game, bro? The guy must be 6 hours in a fuck gym, 6 hours every day.
Bro, Joe Manganiello, or however I can never say his name.
Yeah, that guy's a geek as well.
He's a D&D player. Vin Diesel, D&D player.
Yeah, but D&D player, sure. D&D doesn't take as much, it's not as time consuming as gaming.
No, they're D&D geeks. It's time consuming.
Yeah, but come on. Do they sit in front of the computers and play Cyberpunk for 5-6 hours in a row? No. But
I bet they do.
Henry Cavill does.
I don't know about Vin Diesel, but Joe, I'm pretty sure.
Bro, Henry Cavill he sat there for like days just playing, sweating, and just farting, sweating, and smelling like a true gamer.
Yeah.
And playing like a Witcher 3 just for hours
in
upon
his
hours
underwear,
upon. Yes. So it's crazy to me. The guy looks like a Greek god and he's a true gamer. He built his own rig. He literally built in his own hands.
He's got videos of him putting it together.
Yeah. Even I don't build my own fucking rigs anymore, bro. I'm too lazy for that shit. I pay other people to do that. And he's rich as fuck. And he still does it. He's a true gamer.
Bro, the difference is that he's got so much money, he's got time to do all that shit. You work.
That's true. I guess that's true. Anyways, you got anything else to add to Witcher 4?
No.
It's going to be interesting. I don't like the fact that Ciri is the main character, only because I'm a guy. I don't mind saying it. Hey, if she likes girls, maybe it's not that bad. You know, maybe she's horny.
If you can play her like girls.
Hopefully they make her horny as Geralt. I mean, this is CD Projekt Red. They don't shy away from that stuff. So they might just make her very horny and she likes girls, bro. And then I'm happy, okay? I don't mind some girl action, bro. I don't discriminate. All right, let's keep on going.
So, I've started a co-op run in BG3.
A co-op?
Yeah, co-op. Like me and 3 other friends.
Wow.
And we meet. We meet digitally. And we play. And that game is so funny when you're playing with friends.
Is it much better? Is it much fun?
Look, when you want the narrative story and experience, you play by yourself.
Right.
If you want to have laughter and see complete chaos take over in a fantasy setting, that's when you do the co-op with your friends.
Who's in the group? Is Steitz in the group?
Yes.
And Jones?
Null, yeah.
Null?
Yeah. Null, Steitz, and or BZR.
Do I know the other two? Don't say the real
No,
names.
the third one you don't know him. He's a colleague.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds very fun. It sounds very funny. It sounds like an amazing experience.
So chaotic, bro. So chaotic.
Can you give like an example of how it works?
Basically, you each control a character. You can make a character or choose one of the NPCs. So you don't have NPCs with you because we feel the
You mean companions, right?
Yeah, companions.
Yeah, right.
They all wait in camp. Like we meet them and we either kill them or send them to camp.
Wait, so you choose to play as one of the
You don't have to. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you can either play one of their companions that you get in the single player game, or you can play your own character.
Yeah.
And still have them as your companions?
There is state in camp because you can't. There's no room in the party.
Right.
Unless you use mods.
So how does the camp work with co-op? Basically, how does the camp mechanics work? Do you talk with each other during camp, or what do you do? How does that work?
There's no. The talk between the players is in, some voice. VoIP.
There's no VoIP in the game itself?
Built in? I don't know. We haven't even tried.
Okay.
The Steam one is fine,
Yeah.
We have a Steam group and we talk there.
Right.
So let's say technically joining and starting the game is super easy. Someone starts the game, decides that he hosts. There's a direct link that he can give you. You just put it in your game and you connect immediately. When you're ready, you start. You can create your own characters. We didn't even talk. We didn't plan anything. Like we didn't say what we're gonna play, what everyone is gonna create. We just started something. We only discussed if we're gonna be evil or not. Like what's gonna be with the vibe.
Yep.
And at first, like I said, it's chaotic. The whole Dark Urge thing?
Yeah. I played Dark Urge for a bit.
Okay, so we thought maybe one of us would be Dark Urge, and then somehow we missed the.
What?
We didn't decide properly who was gonna play it, and then no one started Dark Urge.
Oh my god, that's so you guys, bro. That is so typical you
we
guys.
We started the game, and you meet up on the Noteworthy or whatever, and it's like, so who's Dark Urge? And there's this awkward silence.
That's so you guys. It's so fucking typical for you guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then the blaming starts. I thought you were gonna do, but you said, and then.
What about combat? How is combat handled with the co-op? How is it different from single player? Like
you don't control anyone because each one has his own character.
So wait, no, but how does it work with the turn-based combat? Can you explain how it works?
Yeah, just like when you play by yourself, when it's not your turn, you just watch the NPCs play.
So it's them basically playing. You see
yeah,
what
but
they
you
do.
see, you see the combat the same way.
But you can advise and talk to them.
We talk on VoIP, so we talk all the time. It has nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, it's not like an built-in game mechanic.
No.
But you did mention that there is a game mechanic that built in that is unique for co-op, and that's decision making, right?
Yeah, so this is about conversations, not combat. In
Yes.
combat, you just play your character.
Yeah, sounds normal.
Yeah, and it's like combat, for example, can start when you start combat, but you can control your other friends. So
Yeah, but it is cool that you can like.
you get dragged into combat a lot.
Yeah, but you can like easily, by the way you guys are playing it in VoIP, you can easily set up traps, combos, like use abilities that work together.
Yes, if you really want to put an effort in working together like that, sure.
Okay, I
But
see.
we are going more for the let chaos reign.
Are you guys like literally? Are you guys role playing your characters completely? Like their decision making is based
Yes,
on
yes, we're all playing the decision making and the conversations, but you know when we're playful, you know. So when it gets to combat, the fireball might hit the friends as well. And
How many people can play this at once? Only 4 maximum?
well, I'm guessing if you play with the mod that increases the party size, you can play more. I don't know. I haven't checked. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
Test anything because we're playing modless. We didn't use any mod.
So how does it work in conversations? The system.
So in conversation, basically whoever initiates the conversation with the NPC, he makes the decisions. But if you have the option on, that means that the rest of the group can eavesdrop, it's called.
Oh.
Basically, they can see the conversation, the animations, everything, the choices you have, and they can tell you what they would have chosen. So you can see what everyone picked, but you still have 100% autonomy on picking whatever you want.
That's great.
So you can ignore them completely, or you can go for the majority or whatever.
This will lead for some dramatic
Yeah.
for some drama that is even out of the game.
Look, I can tell you right now, Lazelle is dead. We murdered her like the second we saw her.
Oh shit.
And then when you meet her, you help like these 2 NPCs,
Yes.
like from the camp or the druid camp or whatever. A second after we killed her, like they're saying thank you or whatever, a new combat begins and we murder them. And you're like, why did the combat start? And then one of them says, oh, I attacked them. And you're like, why did you do that? And so the guy says, we said we're evil, right? And he was like, yes, but you need still a reason to kill someone. You don't just kill everyone. You're not just a
Yeah.
murderous hobo.
I mean, the reason is I'm evil. That's the reason.
No. There's psychopath and there's evil. Evil does things that they do, you know, are good for him.
True.
He doesn't just hurt people because it's fun. That's a sadist.
Isn't that considered like chaotic evil or some shit like that?
Yeah. Anyway, so the guy was like, yeah, but they had a crossbow I wanted. And it was like, okay, at least you had a reason then.
This is one of the other friends, you mean?
Yeah, that
Right.
was Steitz.
Yeah. Oh. he's getting brought up a lot today, bro.
Yeah,
Shit.
Shout out.
Shout out, my man.
Yeah, we love it.
BZR.
Yeah,
Anyways, yeah, it sounds great, bro. It's something I'd honestly want to try sometimes. If you guys are going to do another playthrough, I'd want to join as one of your
By the way,
companions.
for channels that do streaming and stuff, like it's not our vibe, but imagine people liked Critical Role because they liked seeing 4 creative people do funny shit for cameras in a D&D setting.
True.
So streaming a co-op game of 4 people that are,
Yeah, it could be
amusing
really fun.
could be really funny to watch too.
Yeah, I'm sure there are probably streams like that. Of,
Sure,
famous
sure.
streamers.
Of course.
Anything else you want to add about that? Or?
No.
All right. I'm going to talk about probably my game of the year of 2024, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. We made a video about this game about, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Go watch it. It's actually pretty good. And we called it that this game is going to be pretty good. We
Yeah.
knew that from what we've seen, from all the previews and the research we've done, it had a good vibe to it. It seems like they're taking it very seriously. They're respecting the source material. They're really making you feel like you're Indiana Jones and not like whatever he was in the last 2 movies. Yeah, and the movies takes place in the time of the first two movies, if I remember correctly, between the 2 movies, some shit like that.
Nazi
And-
period.
Yeah, oh yeah, you get to punch a whole lot of Nazis in this game, and the punches sound exactly like the movie. So
This is exactly what's fun in Wolfenstein. Fucking up Nazis. So
yeah, but in here, you feel like Indiana Jones when you do it. So it
Yeah,
makes,
so
it
you
makes
do
it
it with a
even.
whip.
Oh, it's so fun, bro. This game is so fucking good.
Your system could handle it?
Yes.
That's what's stopping me from playing this game.
Yeah,
basically.
so this game, that's what a lot of people were afraid when the system requirements came out for this game. They were insane. Like
my system, and it's not that old.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit the minimum, or hits only the minimum.
My computer, which is a CPU, is an i7 10th generation, and it was in the minimum requirements.
That's what I mean.
The first time I ever seen my computer in minimum requirements.
Crazy.
Now listen, it is an old computer by today's standards, but still, bro, it can handle most shit I play on it, really. So I was afraid as well, and they also wanted beefy GPUs as well. But what they failed to mention is, or not have, what people who criticized that didn't mention is, the game has baked in ray tracing. You can disable it. There is ray tracing in the game, which is why you can only play it on GPUs that can
handle ray tracing.
Yes, that have tensor cores or something like that. So if you have a GPU that has that requirement, you can probably play this game. And it's very, very scalable. Very scalable. And it's on the eTech engine.
Which is an amazing engine.
It's so amazing, bro. It's such a well optimized. Every game that I play,
most fluid engine I know.
It's crazy to see it work so well with fucking full path tracing, bro. That's the thing that is why you have the steep wirements, because of the path tracing, which, by the way, most people will not even use. All right, because it's such that really does need the biggest and best fucking computers and GPUs out there to play it in its full glory, especially in 4K or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I play it on 2K and on my ultra wide monitor, HDR monitor with all its glory. I don't play it on full path tracing. I play it on high, which means that one of the 3 toggleable options of path tracing is turned off. I have reflection on and have sunlight on. Those 2 options alone transform the game completely for me. And I play it on DLSS quality, not even using frame generation, okay? Because it's kind of bugged in this game, by the way. I hope
Do you use NVIDIA recommended shit usually?
No, never. I always go to channels that I trust, tech channels that I trust, and see what their recommendation is, and then I make my own adjustments, and that's usually what goes.
How do you decide what adjustments to make?
Well, this game, basically, it's all about the VRAM. It's very, very VRAM hungry. And the more you go, basically, if you're like, you have a 3070, right?
Yeah.
So that's 8 giga RAM, if I remember correctly, VRAM. So someone like you will have to play it probably on high or on supreme, the texture streaming. Because anything over that will overflow your VRAM, and then you can forget about it. You just won't be able to play the game. Yeah. So you just play with that setting alone. I think if I remember correctly, high is will be about what you can handle, and you won't even have the option of path tracing. It won't be even toggleable for you. It only people with 12 with 12 giga VRAM and above. Only those people get that option. So people even with 10 don't get it. So even the 3080 doesn't get it, which is crazy. So yeah, and you don't need it, bro. The game still looks absolutely amazing even without the path tracing, because it already has ray tracing. So the game looks absolutely amazing, and it's very scalable. You will have no problem running it on your game. Yes, will it be in all its glory? No, but it will still look great. It's one of the best looking games I've ever seen, hands down. Now, I'm not even playing it on full path tracing. I'm playing it like on high, but it still looks amazing. And it's very scalable, like I said. But the gameplay itself, bro, the gameplay itself is so good.
So the platforming isn't the killer?
No, not at all. Not at all. And it's not as bad as we thought. We thought that it was only like in certain points, jump over and stuff. It's a hybrid, bro. It's like, yes, there are parts you can literally jump on without any highlights or anything that shows you that you can jump on it. Mm-hmm. And there are the parts that are very specific that you can use your whip on to climb, or scalable wall or whatever. Yeah. Or a pipeline, whatever. And the animation do look a bit wonky, like we mentioned in our video, but nothing bad. It's not bad at all. It's pretty good. It's serviceable. The first person animations are top tier, because
combat is good.
Oh, the combat is great. It's not an action game. I have to emphasize this. This is not an action game.
No, it's not. We said that in the video. Yes, not action adventure. Yeah, but adventure action.
Those who didn't listen to the video, listen. This game, this is important to mention. It has action segments in it. It has set pieces in it, like in the movies, right? Where like with an airplane and a train and stuff like that. Those are very epic, very cool. But the game-to-game moment is mostly you sneaking around or walking around with a disguise and looking for stuff that are adventure related, the items, you're helping to people around. It has like, it's very hard to call this an open world. It's not an open world game.
How's the level design?
Amazing. The level design is one of the best aspects of the game. Really, machine games they really hit a home run with this fucking game. Graphically, it's one of the most amazing games I've ever seen. Optimized, one of the best optimized games I've ever seen. Level design, amazing. Absolutely, you can get to each point in various ways, different ways. Just like the OG Deus Ex game or the Dishonored, it's an immersive sim game basically, where you can get to every point in different ways. You can sneak in, you can fight your way in, you can disguise. It's amazing. And the sound and the music, so immersive. The music is the John Williams music, bro. Come on. I mean, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
The whole tutorial of the game is basically a shot-to-shot recreation of the beginning of the introduction of the Raiders of the Lost Ark in the jungle.
Really?
In Peru, yes. It's basically shot-to-shot. The same dialogue, same POVs. Exactly
Really?
every shot that Spielberg made in that movie, they did it
with
here.
with the boulder and everything.
Everything. They did it so good, bro. And after that, it becomes its own entity, right?
Man, the bows this game does to the movies are chef's kiss, really.
Troy Baker, the one who's voicing the guy who's the voice actor who's voicing Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss, my man. The dude nailed it. It sounds like fucking Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
It sounds like a 40-year-old Harrison Ford.
It's amazing.
I don't know how the fuck he did it, man. It's amazing. Yeah, sure. It's not always when he talks like when he start talking a lot, you can maybe get a little bit of a Troy Baker in there.
Yeah.
But when he says short sentences.
Exactly. When he gives you the one-liners. That this is the 80s.
Exactly.
80s were the one-liners.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of them in the Indiana Jones games. And movies, sorry. So, yeah, this game is so good. It made me want to watch all the trilogy again. Forget the other two movies, we don't mention them. But
They don't exist.
I wanted to watch the original trilogy again on remastered 4K, bro. Amazing movies. Nothing can change that. And you can tell they watch those movies on repeat because there's so much homages to the movies, bro. You want to talk about attention to detail? There's a part where you're in the museum, not the museum, in the university, where he's a professor. He's a doctor, sorry, Dr. Jones, for archaeology.
Oh, he's not a professor?
No, I think he's a doctor. Dr. Jones, yeah. So
those are not exclusive. You can be a doctor and a professor.
I remember him being a doctor. Anyways, there's a part in the movie which I wouldn't even remember if I haven't watched it recently, where you see him teaching after the Peru segment, the beginning segment. You see him teaching his students, and then all the girls are like in love with him, right?
Yeah, because he's charismatic.
Yeah, and you see him talk to his friend there, which by the way you see in the game, the old dude, I forgot his name, the actor, the British dude.
Yeah.
And Duncan, I think, I can't remember. Anyways, you see the students leave the classroom as they talk, and one of the students put an apple
I remember that from the movie.
Yeah, you remember him putting an apple on the...
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Because this was emphasized in the scene.
Yes. So, because then he eats the apple.
Yeah.
So, in the game, when you're in Oxford, I think it's Oxford, when you're in the university, when you go to that classroom, again, they recreated shot to shot. They recreate not the shots, not the actual... scenes, but the building.
I love that. It's very Theon.
Yes, it's very Theon. They took exactly the scenes that you saw in the movies and took the geometry of the classroom and they did it exactly the same.
Yeah, they immerse you in the movie.
Yeah, and you even have the fucking apple on the desk. And you can take it and eat it. And it has an actual gameplay mechanic. It gives you stamina, bro. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, okay?
Easter eggs, yeah.
Yes. And the game is full of it. It's full of it. This is why it made me want to watch the movies. This is the greatest compliment you can give a game.
Yeah.
If he wants you to go watch the source material, that's something good.
And the same goes in the other way. When you go on Prime and you watch Secret Level of something and it makes you want to play the game.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, when I watched the Fallout show, it made me want to go and play Fallout 4, bro.
Bro, I started playing Witcher 3 after I watched the Witcher show.
Same. It works if it's done correctly.
I never played it before.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. That's crazy. So
People will probably kill me, but I was never a Witcher fan.
Anyways, what I was starting to say, just to sum it up, on Indiana Jones, is there anything I haven't talked about? The combat. All right. So it's not a shooter. You have shooting elements if you want. You can literally pull your pistol at any given moment and shoot anyone.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit.
Yeah,
but you only have
a lot of noise.
You only have 6 bullets. So good luck with that. And it makes a lot of noise and everyone is going to come for you. Yes. Melee combat is the preferred way to go because it doesn't make nearly as much noise. And you can be quite effective at it. You can neutralize a dude in 2-3 good punches, and every punch sounds like a fucking truck, like in the movies. So it's so fun.
Thump.
Yeah, and if you have like a melee item on you,
Yeah.
you can usually one hit a guy, especially if you come from behind him.
Everything is a weapon.
Yes, everything is in this game. Everything is a weapon, literally everything. But you can only knock out people from behind if you have an item from that you need to grab from the world. And like you said, most things, it's a very immersive semi.
Yeah,
everything is grabbable in this game. So it's very fun.
I have an important question.
Yes.
Because you are sneaking around Nazis.
Yes.
Do you have lots of Nazi-German conversations?
Yes. And you can, yes. And everything is subtitled. There's great conversation. The dialogue and the script is all... Listen, everything in this game is top notch. I can't even think on one downside. Like everything is really good.
Wow.
The voice acting is amazing. The quests are great. They're all embedded in the main quest as well.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like... It still feels like you're Indiana Jones adventuring, bro. It feels so good. The music keeps you immersing you in it, and you feel like Indiana Jones. And they make like little homages to the John Williams famous themes when you see his silhouette against the wall with the hat.
Yeah, with the hat. Did they capture the character, like his whips
exactly.
and the small sentences?
They do. Yes, exactly.
The witty remarks.
Everything. How he charms the women,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How he flirts with the women. Everything. They have everything just right. The game.
Man, you bring him back. You're just taking me back to the movies, and I'm like remembering scenes. It's so good.
Yes, this is why I'm talking about. This game is a love letter for the movies. It's very, very rare to see games like this come out today, bro. I hope
That's the Teon niche.
I hope they get immense success from this game.
Yeah.
From what I've seen in the Steam concurrent players and
Yeah.
the reviews, not a lot. I'm kind of worried, but it's a Game Pass game. So
Yeah.
probably the majority of people tried
Or
the
Game
Game
Pass,
Pass.
yeah.
Yes, because it's a lot cheaper. The game is fucking expensive. So, but I had to play it. I had to fucking play it as a fan of the trilogy and how good it looks. And Machine Games knocked it out of the park. It is probably my game of the year. And yeah, I fucking love it. The stealth, the combat, the melee combat, the stealth, even the shooting when you have to shoot, it feels very good and meaty. Because come on, it's Machine Games. They know how to do shooting.
When the Nazis notice you get when you can't stealth anymore, like when shit
they
hits
charge
the fan, do they yell alarma?
They charge you. They yell at you. Yeah, they say all kind of obscenities for sure. And the exploration gets rewarded. Every nook and cranny, bro, you can look everywhere. You can.
But it's not overwhelming collectibles
No, it's not overwhelming. There's no even like mini map that you open and have a bunch of icons. It doesn't work like that. You physically pull from your bag a map and you look at it. It's so good.
Oh, immersive sim.
Bro, it's so good. And you can see the small icons on the map that you pull up. So
It's pens that he put.
It's such smart and elegant game design. This game deserves all the awards. All the awards. If you play one game this year, only one game, play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Please. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about it. Moving on. Okay. What do you want to talk about?
You wanted to tell me about Dave the Diver, and I want to hear about it.
Okay, Dave the Diver. From a worldwide known franchise, from a AAA company and a AAA fucking publisher, one of the highest profile games of the year, to a fairly unknown, extremely small indie Korean company that made an original IP called Dave the Diver.
No, but the audience doesn't know you, okay? Like, Indiana Jones, AAA or not, whatever. That game was made for you. You are the crowd. You are the audience that was in the mind of the developer when he made the game.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
I agree with
so the fact that it gels with you is obvious.
Yes.
All right?
I mean, if it's well made, right?
Yeah, sure, but they did make it well.
Oh, yes.
Dave the Diver is an indie game, a pixel art indie game. Those are things that are really not your vibe usually. Okay? You like the graphics, you like the ray tracing, you like the good stuff, pixel art style, and the indie small games with the repetitive gameplay and those are not your.
I mean,
you played them, but they're not your alley.
No, they're not. Yeah, exactly. Everything you said is correct. It takes a very special game from those categories. Those type of games. It takes a very special game to manage to grab me. Games
and
like
that's why I want to hear about the driver.
I'll just give an example.
This is
I'll give an example of games that did grab me, indie games. In the past, just so you know. The Darkest Dungeon games, 1 and 2. I like those games. The Slay the Spire.
2 was different from 1.
Very different, yeah. Not as good. Slay the Spire, I like that game. And that's one of the most disgusting games I've ever seen in my life. Visually, it's disgusting, no other word for it. But the gameplay is really good. So I do make exceptions, okay? Every now and then for really good games, indie games. Hand of Fate, I like those games. Hand of Fate 1 and 2.
Yeah, I enjoyed them.
Yeah, so and there's many more examples. I played a lot of indie games. Don't look at me like that. It's not my cup of tea overall. Yes. But what you mentioned is important because if a game does grab me, like an indie game,
that's why I want to make the point.
It might be doing something very well. And that's Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver, that game from the moment you open it is full of character, right? It's so funny. It has a vibe, a chill vibe to it. From the music, which is also like MIDI music, like from the 1990s. The music is great. The art style is charming. It's pixel art, but it's good pixel art. It's not like cheap pixel art. You can tell they put effort into the design of the creatures that you see in the underwater. There's like literally huge monsters that you fight underwater, which look amazing. It's like various huge octopus or huge sharks and like stuff like that. Some of them mythical, some of them real. Most of it seems like bullshit to me, but it's great. And yeah, something about the visual style of this game really, really works. Even though it's pixel style, like you said, the art style, the art design is really very, very distinct and very good. And that's why it's different. It's a visually pleasing game, even though it's a 2D fucking
How's the combat? Is
pixel
that turn-based?
The combat, no, it's all real time. There's no turn-based.
So it's arcadey?
Yes, it's side-scroller arcadey, kinda. When in underwater thing.
But it was monsters you mentioned now. You said you fight huge monsters.
Yes. It's not a hard game, but it starts very easy, but it progressively gets tougher and more mechanics are being introduced to you, more slow as you go on. And so the game does get more.
Combat is
we should probably
main part of it?
I didn't even mention what you do in the game, what the game is,
no.
Right? So let me just, before we get into the combat and stuff like that, let me just say, basically, the game is, you are Dave the Diver, you're a retired diver. It starts with you sitting on a yacht and drinking margaritas.
You're saying retired diver, like diver is
he's
a banking job, you make millions.
Yeah, exactly, that's how they treat it. And he has like a big fat belly, and he's a fat...
He's old,
he's a fat dude. No, he seems middle-aged. And he gets a phone from someone named Cobra or some shit. And he tells them, I need you back. I need you back on duty. And he offers you a bunch of stuff and he tells you, come to this island. Help me open a fucking restaurant by hunting a bunch of underwater seafood. Okay? We have a black Japanese chef who is completely...
is he from Assassin's Creed?
He's
from Assassin's Creed?
No, he's just he learned how to cook in Japan, so he's completely immersed in the Japanese...
But you said he was black.
He is black, but he learned how to cook in Japan.
Oh, okay, so he's not Japanese.
I didn't say he's Japanese.
I thought you said, okay.
I just said he's...
That's what took me to Assassin's Creed.
Japanese style food, cuisine.
Ah, okay.
If I did say he's Japanese, I made a mistake. I said Japanese obsessed, but I meant that he's a black dude who's obsessed with Japanese food, and he learned how to cook in Japan. So everything he does like a samurai, or like everything is overly dramatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, the game is, everything about it is very humor based. It's like a very funny game.
Yeah.
Just the little cutscenes are very funny. There's like exaggerated music. And the characters themselves are doing absolutely ridiculous stuff. It's very, very charming, very funny.
Oh, I gotta play this game.
Yeah, you love it. And it has two aspects to it. One of it is the restaurant management, where you hire people, you get ingredients, you build the menu for each night before you open the restaurant, and then you literally serve people the food.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, you do. It's a lot of work. You serve people the food. You even pour the drinks, and everything is a mini game. Every little thing is a mini game that you can score something in it. Like pouring beer, if you pour it with more than 20% foam, it deducts points from you, right? You need to make it the perfect beer. It's so ridiculous, bro. And
those, you know what games did that? Like, it's like Yakuza games. Those have like so many mini games.
So it does has, you know what? That's interesting that you say that. That is, by the way, a Japanese game, the Yakuza games. This game is a Korean game, but it does seem almost like a side-scroller Yakuza game in many ways. Even though it only happens in like 2 or 3 static places, like not really static. Like you have the sea where you go and hunt under the water. You have the restaurant. And you have like, I haven't even finished the game yet, right? But you have like a fishery that you can go visit. And I imagine other stuff will be opened later. Maybe
what do you do in the fishery?
You can capture fish, put it in pools, and make them multiply. If you get 2 of the same kind, you can make eggs. You can sell it. You can use them for ingredients, for more food. That's how it works.
So you get different fish than the ones you get when you go underwater.
No. The same fish. You capture the fish and you can then homegrow them.
So the fishery is just like the aquarium where you can grow them.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. Then you fish there too.
No. You don't fish there. You can. You just breed them there.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, and then you get like a ever-growing supply chain of ingredients. You don't have to hunt for fish underwater anymore because you can just have them. So yeah, those are basically the 2 aspects.
They brought you from retirement to prepare for retirement.
Yes. And the game is great, bro. I mean, there is no voice acting at all. It's all gibberish. They speak gibberish, basically. They make sounds.
Mm-hmm. This is very... In this kind of games, this is very common.
But it works really great for this genre. And this way...
Not too much text to read?
I mean, no. It's like very short and precise.
You don't need to squint your old eyes?
No. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's really a great indie game, very well done, full of character, full of humor, made me laugh a bunch of times, which was unexpected. And it's fun to play while you listen to a podcast or do some other stuff on the other screen. This is the perfect game for me. It's a chill game that you can do other stuff while playing it.
Yeah, I never do those things, but I'm sure some people do.
Yeah, people do that. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I feel like just playing it and getting immersed in it.
That's me. When I play to play.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. That's my issue with those games. It's very hard for me to get immersed in 2D pixel art games. But it's still a very good game at what it does. And I do know that people like you will get immersed in the style. It's just my own issue.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So yeah, I highly recommend this game. It's an indie game, so obviously it doesn't cost too much. This company is already working on a sequel, which was announced in the Game Awards, by the way. Something going to the jungle, I think. Dave going to the jungle or something like that. So I guess you're going to be hunting a lot of
Dave from the jungle.
And yeah, it's a fun little game. And by the way, it's quite long. I mean, I've been playing it for a while and it doesn't feel like I'm even close to the ending. So it has length to it as well.
Interesting. So so it's a good value for money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did you watch any Secret Level?
No, I haven't. It's getting very...
I heard good.
I don't know. I've seen very mixed reviews. I think some of the episodes...
No, some are saying some of the episodes... It's kind of hit and miss, the episodes. But the ones that are good are like, wow.
I heard the 30K episode is very strong. BZR also mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Again,
it made him want to play.
Yeah.
But look, it got picked up for a second season.
Did it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's hope they don't have another Conqueror on their hands. that was a fucking mess.
You know, they will find another live service game that will die after a second
I think they learn from their mistake and they only focus on actually established franchises this time, not to get cocked again.
Can you imagine how bad it is? I really feel sorry for the devs of Concord that they also lost their jobs after that, right?
Yes.
To look at Marvel Rivals exploding, and it's like mechanically it's the same fucking game.
I want to talk about it. We don't have much time, but I did want to mention Marvel Rivals, bro.
Oh, we're gonna go into depth into Marvel Rivals next time.
I'll just
mention.
I'll just say,
give us a snippet.
Again, I'm not the dude who's the audience for this game at all.
Yeah, no. We played hundreds of hours of Overwatch. You always tried to play it with us, and you always gave up after a while. You gave it real chances. It's not that you said it's not a game for me. You put hours and hours into Overwatch and you hated it.
Yes, that is unfortunately very, very true. And I didn't hate it. Okay, I won't say
hated it.
I won't use the word hate.
But I will. You hated it.
Okay, I could see.
You would, when you would stop playing, it would be because you got tired or because the game just wasn't for you.
No,
You didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, and I don't remember any other hero shooter game, Overwatch clone, if you will, that grabbed me since then. And this is a game from 2015. So it's been almost 10 years. It's been 10 years. And no game, and there's been many, like trying to compete with Overwatch, none of them grabbed me or even piqued my interest.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Lots of people are saying this on Marvel Rivals. Even if you put aside the known franchise and everyone wants to play it because they want to be Spider-Man or Iron Man, especially the kids or whatever, sure. But even if when you put that aside, at the end of the day, the game is fucking fun.
Yes, thank you. That's what I wanted to say. By the way, I'm surprised you're saying that because I don't see you play it a lot with us. Like me and Jones love it a lot. We played a lot.
I know, but what that tells me is because I have so little time,
Yeah, I know.
and this game has a huge learning curve, and I just don't want to put the
I
time.
don't think so. Someone who's an Overwatch veteran doesn't have much of a learning curve, to be honest. And also,
You need to learn the characters.
Yeah, but you also a lot of the abilities feel. This is one of the best things about this game, the design of it. So many of the abilities feel very natural to the character. If you know the character, the lore of the character, right? You pretty much know what you get.
This
right?
is all good and fun, but at the end of the day, this is a competitive game.
Yeah.
And when you want to play competitively,
mean-
you need to know your shit.
So let me just say, first of all, I'm for now at least, I'm staying away from the competitive. I'm just playing quick matches. That's it. And quick matches are like an experimentation ground. You can do whatever you want, but you still want to win. And those games are fun. And I'm sure once you start sweating in it, like every fucking competitive game, and you start playing for the rank, things start getting a lot less fun. Because then you don't choose the character because you enjoy the lore or you love the character. No, you choose it because that's the best for the composition and it increases your chance to win. You lose some of the purity of gaming in a way, in my opinion. And playing quick play, just fucking... Not to mention the absolute blazing speed in which it finds games.
Yeah.
Literally 0.2 seconds I'm in a game.
Yeah.
It finds games so fast that you can play for an hour and you play like between 5 to 10 games, bro. It's crazy.
10 sounds like a lot, but sure.
I mean, some of those games are really short.
Yeah, when you've been steamrolled.
Yes. And yeah, anyways, but you won't get steamrolled as often when you play quick play because people don't try hard as much. And yeah, I think this game is the perfect game to play and quick play. I'm not even going to talk about competitive because that's not what I'm looking at. But if you want to just have some fun, even for 30 minutes, you want to fucking play Spider-Man, you want to feel like Spider-Man.
That's the point.
You feel like Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah.
It's great. And in everything you do makes sense to the character. Well, not everything, but most of the abilities make sense to the character. And if you are an Overwatch or even Overwatch clone player, you will feel right at home because most of those abilities feel like copycat.
Sure. You can mark the...
Yeah, Hawkeye is Hanzo, okay?
You can mark the Hanzo and the Black Widow. Not the
Yes.
Black Widow, the what do you call them?
Yeah. Widowmaker.
You can
No,
the
Black Widow is the Marvel.
Yeah, exactly, that's the Marvel one.
Yes. And
You know that one of the Overwatch developers...
we talked about it, didn't we?
No, I don't think so.
Didn't we talk about it last fucking...
No, for sure.
I remember we talked about this. Anyways, yeah, I remember the Black Widow.
Yeah, it was like they copied Widowmaker. I was like, what?
Absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, this game is right now is fucking shitting all over Overwatch when it comes to concurrent.
It's shitting all over any live service game right now.
Yeah, it's still in the honeymoon phase. We'll see how.
Sure.
But last time I checked, which was yesterday, still between 300 to 400,000 concurrent players. Crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Crazy numbers.
Look, it's free.
It's very, very good. Okay, we don't have time to get into why it's so good. I want to say so much more about it. I think we need to talk about it next time as well.
I'm just going to give you some things that are already standing out with other live service games like this one. Okay?
Yeah.
First of all, and this is very important, is time constraints. Everything that is given to you in the Battle Pass.
No FOMO.
No FOMO. Even when the Battle Pass is finished, you can still unlock everything.
Yes. By the way, those who don't understand what FOMO is or haven't heard that term before, can you...
Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. A psychological term that basically turned into a gaming term that
Not only.
developers use to basically abuse, there's no other word other than abuse your fear of missing out to make you spend money.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. So the fact that this game does it like Helldivers as well, they also don't have FOMO. This is the way to do it, my man.
Exactly. They have the consumer in mind.
Yes. Now, I'm just going to say this and then we'll call it because I want to talk about it more in depth next time. But I say the game, the animation and the graphical style of the game is so good. Holy shit, dude, they catch the essence of the Marvel characters completely and utterly. And I'm talking specifically about the comic book characters, less the movies, more the comic book.
Yeah.
It looks exactly the same. They move the way you expect them to move. You know, if you play Venom, then you can spin around and you're fucking Venom shit.
Yeah.
It's so great. You can like dive bomb people with and turn into like liquid. Spider-Man again swings around all the time, so fast and agile. Can shoot those spiders shit at you. Right, and can melee you as well. He can run on the walls.
Not only him,
and there's an animation. There's a cool animation for literally everything. You win the game. There's the MVP. There's like an amazing entrance of how he enters. The animation of him. Everything is epic. Everything is superhero.
But those are, you can buy these,
it all feels like super. Like you're inside a comic book basically, and you're playing one of those characters, and that's the ultimate compliment that I can give it. I don't know why people like Nate and BZR and some of the other guys, I don't know if BZR even tried it. BZR, I think, will actually love it. But I don't know why Nate isn't connecting it to it at all. I talked to him, he doesn't like it. Because it's very Overwatch-like. It's weird to me that he doesn't like it, but maybe, I don't know.
He says he doesn't like it?
Yeah, he said that he doesn't connect with it. He didn't elaborate. We should ask him at some point, but yeah.
All right.
But for me, this game is the first game since Overwatch that actually I'm enjoying it. And actually, no, it's not even not correct. I didn't enjoy Overwatch. So this is the first game. This is the first hero shooter I ever played that I'm actually enjoying very much. And I'm going to be playing it for a very long time. Unless they make some... Oh, by the way, all the heroes are free. Right off the bat, we should mention.
And a ton of them.
Yes.
A lot more than Overwatch.
Yes, 30 of them. And more are coming. Many more are coming. I mean,
sure.
Daredevil is coming. And what's his name? Deadpool is coming.
Deadpool?
Come on. It's gonna be fun.
What? So, an Immortal? How do you have in a hero shooter? How do you play an Immortal?
Listen, a lot of the characters there that are supposed to... Like, one of the issues I have, Magneto doesn't fly. You can't fly with him, which pisses me off. But he does float. You can see him, like, the animation is him floating around. That's how they get around that.
Yeah.
So, okay, I forgive them. They still give you the illusion that you're flying, sort of.
Yeah.
But some of the characters can actually fly, like playing Iron Man. My probably favorite DPS is Iron Man, because he's one of the only 2 characters that can literally fly for
as long as they want.
For all the time.
Storm can do it.
Storm can literally fly all the time.
Iron Man can do it.
And some of the characters can fly for a limited amount of time.
Scarlet Witch?
I think for a limited... Scarlet Witch...
I think she can fly all the time.
I haven't seen any other character fly other than Storm and
Iron Man.
Yeah, maybe more, but
look, for example, you call it flying, but like Spider-Man can stay in the air all the time.
Oh yeah, of course, and yes, 100%. And Rocket Raccoon can run on walls all day long if he wants, and a lot of characters can run on walls.
Yeah.
And some characters can like triple jump in the air. So there's a lot of cool stuff here, a lot of cool mobility stuff.
We're getting into the in-depth.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. Midgame Life Crisis Podcast. This is our episode 11. One more, and it's a year that we've been doing this.
Yeah, so the next one is the last of the year since we started.
Yeah, but even though we'll be recording it next year. I'm Inconsistency.
I'm Werewolf.
We are out.
Yeah.